Poussière à la poussière.
Fellow Ambazonians, greetings to every one of you in the home front and in the diaspora. We are glad to come to you today again on this Monday, July the 28th in the year of our Lord 2025 with the program, The Awareness. The Awareness is a regular program here on Ambazonian State Radio and Television. And I am privileged to be your anchor on this program. And we have exciting stuff for you today. So stay tight and invite somebody or share that link if you're on your Facebook, or invite somebody if you're in the home front and watching us on your television. Let somebody know the program, The Awareness, is right here. Once again, it's a pleasure for me to be with you on this program today. I'm sorry last and thank God we are back and strong, and we're moving forward in this revolution by the special grace of God. Let me go into my monologue today before we bring in our panel to discuss the key issues that we have today. Topic of my monologue: how to overcome discouragement through your hope in God. How to overcome discouragement as you hope in God for a better future. Dearly beloved, in this life, there are three mental diseases that are very destructive more than the physical diseases. In this life, I repeat, there are three diseases of the mind that can destroy you very quickly, more than cancer, more than high blood, more than diabetes, more than any disease out there that you can mention. These three diseases are fear, worry, and discouragement. Fear, worry, and discouragement. And for the people of Ambazonia, I believe that We may have been suffering from all of these three diseases, but I want to assure you today that what will kill us is not what is happening in the home front, but if we allow any of these diseases to have penetration in our bodies. Fear with. Let me start with fear. Fear is when somebody is afraid of the unknown. You do not know what will happen to you tomorrow. You nurse fear. Fear over things that are there or things that are not even there. And so fear is not something that we should nurture in our hearts. As we strive toward the freedom of the people of Amazonia, I want to beg on you, take away fear from your heart and trust in the Lord and know that the better is yet to come. A better future is yet to come for us. The next thing is worry. Worry is still an aspect of fear. You worry when you do not know how the future will turn to be. You worry when you do not have hope in anybody. You worry when you do not have hope in God. Worry is the ability for you to call unnecessary and untimely death to your life without knowing. The Bible even warns us that how many of us being worried can add one hair on our heads. So we are called not to be worried. Even as Amazonians, in the light of what we've gone through for 8 years and counting, I come here today to let you understand that worry should not be your portion. What you should have is faith in God and trust that justice will prevail at the end of the day. And the last disease is discouragement. And we're going to dwell on this one a little bit because it is fear that builds room for worry, and fear and worry are those that will build discouragement. Discouragement is one of the worst mind diseases or mental diseases that anybody can have. When you are age, you cannot fight for the future. Discouragement is like spiritual AIDS that destroy your immune system and cannot resist sickness and disease. So when a man is discouraged, he gives up the life. Statistics tell us that those who have caused suicide in life are out of discouragement. Discouragement about the future, discouragement about hope for tomorrow, discouragement as a whole, discouragement in general. Dearly beloved, this is not just a word for us as Amazonians, but I drew my inspiration from the Bible, where the Bible tells us in Numbers chapter 21, 2 verses, verse 4 and 5, and this is when the children of Israel had left Egypt on their journey to the promised land. And it says, and they journeyed from the Mount Or by the way of the Red Sea to compass the land of Edom, and the souls of the people was very discouraged because of the way. And many people spoke against God and against Moses, saying, wherefore have you brought us out of Egypt to die in this wilderness? For there is no more bread, neither is there any water, and our souls detest this loudly bread. I don't want to talk about the consequences because we are not yet there. The Bible says when the children of Israel left Egypt to the promised land, they became discouraged on the way. And when a man is discouraged, he's going to speak against the supreme being. Fellow Amazonians, I come today to let us understand there is no room for discouragement in this quest for our freedom. You can defeat your discouragement by hope in a better future in God, or hope in God for a better future. Hope in God for a better future is what I am here to encourage us to do. I want Amazonians to know that you do not love justice more than God. God is the God of justice and will bring justice to our enemies at the appointed time and at the right time. Therefore, there should be no room for discouragement to us. Discouragement will make you to stop to fight. Discouragement will make you to stop to resist. Discouragement will make you to stop to hope for a better future. Discouragement is something we all face on a daily basis. But also on a daily basis, we must determine not to allow discouragement to overwhelm us. It can come from the fact that you failed, or something delayed, or injustice is prevailing against justice, just like in the case of Amazonia. But let me tell you, my beloved, when injustice seems like prevailing over justice, it does not mean that the God of justice is dead. It simply means that the God of justice is giving a longer rope for those perpetrating injustice to repent. And when they do not repent, go ask what happened to the Egyptians. They lost their firstborns. Their best army was drowned into the Red Sea. They lost their crops. They lost their cattle. Their water became red. There are numerous plagues and punishments that come to a stubborn people, that when God gives them room for repentance and for change, yet they think that is because they are too strong that God cannot do them anything. Fellow Amazonians, prophecies upon prophecies from different men of God around the world have come to let you to understand that Amazonia is not negotiable. The statehood of Amazonia is past the negotiating state. God is about to bring Amazonia to the limelight. Southern Cameroon must become. The Lord has spoken prophetically. He has spoken in many ways, and sooner than later, the nation of Amazonia shall become. Therefore, keep away your discouragements. Throw away your fear. And know that. Keep away your discouragement, throw away your fear, and know that we as Amazonians will always succeed because God is on our side. I come therefore to encourage every one of you that we are not quitters. We are victors. And because God is on our side, we surely win the war. Don't give up on your quest for Amazonia. Don't quit. Don't surrender. May I take this opportunity to thank our state army, our Amazonian state army, from Gokotunja to Meme, to Manu, to Bui, to Mezam, to Momo, to Lebialem, everywhere over the national territory. I come to tell you, this is not time for discouragement. This is not time to quit. Stand strong and see the great salvation, the great deliverance, which the Lord shall show us. For this La Republican we see today, sooner than later there will be history in Amazonia. For God is about to do something that will be unforgettable in the minds of Amazonians. Therefore, 3 points before I go. Acknowledge that discouragement not your portion. Disease from discouragement. Reject discouragement. Know that discouragement is from the tip of hell. Discouragement is the opposite of encouragement. Therefore, if God is saying be encouraged, it means discouragement comes, and we are not going to entertain anything from the devil in our hearts because we know we are fighting a just war. You are discouraged that did you go and enter La Republic's territory and try to claim it? You are discouraged that did you cross the boundaries of Amazonia and went to La Republic to be killing their people? You are discouraged that what evil did you do? You should be encouraged and know that because La Republic came into our land to be killing our people, burning our markets, burning our villages, burning our hospitals, doing all wickedness to us, the God of justice will arise and judge the wicked. And La Republic is about to be judged. Therefore, don't allow discouragement to come near to you. Why is my soul discouraged? Psalms 42 verse 11 says, are you downcast? Why are you disturbed within me? Put up hope in God, for I will yet praise him, for he is my Savior and my Redeemer. Therefore, Amazonians, put up hope in God, praise him, for he will surely execute justice to our enemies. Number 2, reminder before I go. Remember that God has a plan for you. Remember that God has a plan for the people of Amazonia. Amazonians have never lived to fulfill the desires of God in their life since they became a nation. Amazonians have been deprived to become the full potential of what God has made them to become from the day they became a nation. Using international conspiracy from the United Nations to different countries like France and the rest, we have never fully existed. We have never fully released the potential that are in us. Therefore, know that God himself is not happy with that. We have been deprived. Many that would have been engineers are riding Okadas today. Many that would have been medical doctors are riding Okada today. Many that would have been aviation engineers, electronic engineers, doctors, and many and whatnot. They are deprived from exhibiting who truly they are supposed to become. Except you had a godfather and you wanted to corrupt them. But thanks be to God that era is about over, and Amazonians will resume to exist and exhibit the true quality of who God has made them to become. And the last point, look back at what God has already done. Look back at what God has already done. See how far we have come. When they came to fight us, they run their mouth and said, we'll crush them in 2 weeks. We'll crush them in 3 months. We'll crush them in 6 months. We'll crush them in 1 week. In 1 year. We'll crush them in 2 years. We'll crush them in 3 years. Even when Popia, the 4th year of the war, went to Mo Ibrahim's program, confessed there and said, we have tried to assimilate them, but it has failed. You would think that you will come back and call off the war. No, Satan will keep telling him, no, you can still crush them. And now we are the 8th year and counting. They have not been able to crush us. See how far the Lord has brought us. If the La Republic had anything best to do, they have already done it. There is nothing yet again. There is nothing left in their game plan. They have nothing left in their game plan because God has exhausted their game plan and has made them to know that there is nothing left in their game plan. And as I conclude, I want you fellow Amazonians to be tenacious, resilient, and strong. Observe every lockdown, every ghost town. Your ghost town is a loud message you are sending to the world. When they go to lie at the United Nations and say everything is normal, your ghost towns and our lockdowns is what tell the world La Republic is lying. So therefore, Amazonians, stand strong, be still, and see the salvation which God will bring to us. See the great deliverance which God will bring to us. Therefore, I call on you, move on, march on, for Amazonia will soon be here. The nation of Southern Cameroons will soon be actualized. Therefore, don't give room for discouragement, don't give room for worries, and don't give room for any form of fear. God bless you. Thank you so much for joining me in this program today. Once again, this is Awareness on Amazonian State Radio and Television, your favorite program that brings the truth and nothing but the truth. You know that La Republic will never take Amazonia. If they are so elusive at this stage to still be dreaming that they can take Amazonia, I bet you that will never happen. Before I bring my panel on, I have a communique from the Amazonian State Radio and Television and from the Amazonian government that will be read to you this moment. And if the studio is ready, we can bring our Dr. Elat to read that to us as we move ahead in the program of today. Thank you so much, studio. And it's a pleasure to always come to you people on Mondays to give you the truth and nothing but the truth. The awareness of the fact that La Republic can lie all they can lie to tell the world that the war is over. I want to tell you the war is not over. And so, thank you. Before I welcome every one of you in the studio, may I just ask the studio to put Dr. Ella on the screen as he reads our communique. Thank you so much. We have this.
Thank you, Pastor Victor, fellow Amazonians. Am I audible enough? Studio, am I audible? Okay, so before I read this comment, because it's very important, I will ask your indulgence, all the Amazonians. I'm going to give this communique a very special honor, which is the singing of the national anthem of Amazonia. Hail, hail, hail this land of glory, we the Amazonians praise our loyalty. Praise the Son, our Savior, who granted us the freedom, allegiance to the hero, who bore the land with their blood. Glory, first, was and never to fall. Here in our nation, in with blood and honey, glory, glory, glory to Father for making you a nation and forevermore. Amazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty in our needs, and your children shall be like the star above. The Most High God be the most High of this nation, Amazonians, land of freedom. You shall live in plenty in our needs, and your children shall be the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of this nation. So, fellow Amazonians, this is the communique of the government of Amazonia. The government of Amazonia official lockdown of the national territory of the former British Southern Cameroons, Amazonia, until the babies, children, and mothers kidnapped by the colonial SDO in Gokutunja County are released. In view of security risks and the continuation of our territorial sovereignty, the government of the former British Southern, also known as Amazonia, hereby declares an official lockdown of the entire national territory and its borders, effective Monday, August 18, 2025. 1. All national borders between Amazonia and La République du Cameroon shall be closed effective August 18, 2025. 2. Citizens of La République and all other foreign nationals are strongly advised to leave the territory of Amazonia before deadline. Movement within the territory shall be highly restricted. Only emergency vehicles or motorbikes carrying out critical humanitarian or medical missions shall be permitted to move. The territory shall be open to movement only on Saturdays and Sundays, with national borders remaining closed to entry and exit. No weekday movement shall be permitted except by special emergency clearance. All chiefs and funds are hereby requested to return to their fundoms before August 18 to assume responsibility over their communities. All Southern Cameroonians currently in La République who wish to return home are instructed to do so before August 18, 2025. All colonial administrators, including their security forces and military deployment, are hereby ordered to vacate the territory of Ambazonia immediately. The lockdown is a sovereign act in line with our national security interests and the restoration of law, order, and self-governance throughout the national territory. The Ambazonia State Army Forces are hereby ordered to move to the borders by Monday, August 18, 2025. Other measures to be put in place: ban on exploitative financial operations. This is why our people face daily atrocities, killing, starvation, and displacement. Certain foreign-backed financial operations continue to drain critical cash resources from our territory. These are effective immediately. All operations by the following are banned in Ambazonia: PMU TSA Lotto, mobile betting boxes, Lotto kiosks, any similar outlet operating within the territory. These agencies extract raw financial resources from our communities and funnel them abroad, particularly to France, further impoverishing our population. And this communique is done in Buea today, Monday, the 28th of July, 2025. I thank you for listening.
Thank you, Dr. Ella. Thank you so much for that communique. And we want Ambazonians to know that we will not continue just to be as though we are worried to get our nation back. Yes, we are going to just follow up on that as we speak about the importance of lockdowns and ghost towns in this revolution. But before we go to that, let me start with the only lady in our house to introduce herself before I go to Paul and Wachai to introduce themselves in this program today. Madhurti, you are welcome to the program today. Greet the people of Ambazonia.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Pastor Victor. Good to see you, Comrade Paul, Comrade Watcher, and Dr. Elad. We are all in the fight. Fellow Ambazonians, I just want to greet you all, those at home and those in the diaspora. My subs to the fighters who are holding the ground, and also the spiritual fighters. We just came out of a 3-day prayer program. I know they are warriors. Ambazonia has millions, thousands of warriors on the walls of Ambazonia. Watchmen, men and women on the walls of Ambazonia. I want to greet you all. I say, do not relent in praying and interceding for our nation. I greet those in prison. I greet those who are where they would rather not be. Those who are to go home. I greet you all. Just say, hang tight. God is doing something. Greetings to the refugees. All of us, we have to hang tight. God is doing something. God has heard our cry and he's doing something about it. We are praying that the evidence will come sooner. We will be discussing more as the show goes on. Thank you so much. Over to you, Pastor Victor.
Thank you, Madhurti. Thank you for always being there on the program. It's always a pleasure to have you. Comrade Paul, can you greet the people, please? I know you were on a powerful program yesterday on the first briefing. But greet the people from Ambazonia on this program, the awareness today.
Thank you, Pastor. Thank you. Dr. Elat, which I am Maturity. I'm happy to see all of you today on panel. Last week we're battling it, the two of us. Greetings, fellow Ambazonians. Today is yet another Monday, the 8th of July. We are yet again here to create another awareness on the war, independence, the war of our struggle for recognition of what was given to us in 1961. Anyway, I greet our SAS, I greet the Ambazonia people, I greet our technicians. We are riding on. Thank you, Pastor Victor. We are riding on. Can we go back to the studio?
On the air. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure. Watcher, you're welcome to the program today, sir. It's always a good thing to see you.
Thank you, senior comrade. I salute everybody, Dr. Elliot. I salute you, Ma Dorothy, the young lady. We are there with you. They say
Thank you.
the word M without the word W. That's woman, and man or woman. It will not be complete without you, lady. I give you all the credit because you've always been there to push us, the men. If not, we will fall apart. Thank you, Dr. Vito. It's a happy day. I say I go broke and back for pidgin. Make I not go for English because now pidgin one know very well more than the English, and my fans they understand now the pidgin. We don't come for the program today. Awareness, na me, comrade Wecha. I thank all my comrades the way they ever come for this program. They don't always be for this program. They make when I know for this level today. I say make I join them for spice up and for put more ingredients for which way they don't do for thank them. And especially una there for home from una there for ground zero. We come for today. Say may we make una know for this awareness. We'll talk for una for which way it don't go on because they're very serious program. This way it don't go on. And for this time, now which way they call and say the time towards the end of the tunnel. You see, darkness the next time, but this time, now the time where the whole show. They say the end justify the means. That's so Englishman they talk. Means that last fight, that last time. Now you make everything they shine, and so your face is smile. So this time goes, I don't start laugh. As I laugh, they go so as this is the time they come. Now the time this way for laugh. We laugh say because una for home front there now una don't hold this show. Una for home front, I don't hold Ambazonia. For all this time, una don't hold we for this ghost town, the one I don't respect them for all the Mondays, for this great sacrifice, the one I don't do them for una don't whole ghost town, you don't handicap La Republic politically, handle La Republic economically, handle La Republic, even for land-wise, make them they being a dreamers for inside their own soil. Because on every control Ambazonia for every place on stand. So we the thank una for this moment say, today when I don't come with the tell when I say, una don't see that light. When I day up to this time where God don't make una don't see that light and for see the enemy how they go confuse go. For understand say the great contribution I don't do and for all this time they don't play an important role for inside all these things because now una feel resist then the people of diaspora too will resist. Una feel resist La Republic don't cry now because una 237 don't cry because una the ghost una been the number one ghost because they be talk so una not go exist even for 2 weeks. Una not go support for 2 weeks. Una be too cute for sugar. Una be Biafra. Una be pussy. Una be dog. All name when a name and for you. No, you say you be Trocky. And then we see that back for Trocky high is strong. So I thank you, doctor. I will send them back for you as we continue the program. Thank you so much.
Having you on the program, the awareness. I know Dr. Tita is somewhere. Is he already in the studio? If not, when he comes, we'll allow him have his voice heard. But in our program today, we have quite exciting topics to talk about. And we wanted to let the people of Ambazonia know the importance of lockdowns and ghost towns. Let me say this before I give you room to comment on that. Fellow Amazonians in the home front from all the 13 countries, 61 LGAs of Amazonia, and the numerous villages in Amazonia, I want you people to know that you have already been fighting the war very well. But we want to explain again to you a little bit clearer today that if you do not know very well that anytime we call for lockdown or ghost town and you respect it, you are sending a very, 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 very important message to the international community. You have heard the communique that Comrade Eras has read is talking about lockdowns in the weeks and months ahead. But other than that, we just wanted you to understand that the best way you have been fighting this war, that the international community keep telling the Republic, you cannot say you are in control of Amazonia when they call 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 day, 3 days, 5 days, and every Monday, you have not been able to change it, that they should not do lockdowns. So please, you have passed and you have been passing a very important message to the international community. And so we wanted to hold on to that and keep doing it. And that is why before any lockdown, we give you ample time ahead to prepare so that you don't say it was done abruptly. You people are already used to Mondays, country Sunday. So it's now part of the Amazonian revolution and part of our nation. And so I want to say this, and I give room, maybe I'll start with Madoroti before I go to Comrade. Madoroti, emphasis can you pay again to our people to know the place they play when they observe lockdowns and ghost towns? It passes a message to the international community. How much more can you add to let them know the importance of this lockdown? Madoroti, let me start with you.
Yeah, it is very important, Amazonians, when they talk of self-determination, because that is what is in the United Nations Charter. So everybody has a right to self-determination. First of all, we already qualify to be a nation. We have a population. We have the internationally recognized boundaries. So we are already qualified. So even if they want to not to look at the other things, they cannot deny self-determination that is in the United Nations Charter. And what is the best way to express self-determination is when everybody sits, disobeys. That is very, very important. And as Pastor Victor said, that is this Monday ghost towns is the most important thing that the international community looks at. They say, to tell La Republic, you keep saying that normalcy is coming, but the ghost towns are still with nobody holding guns to their heads. The civilians are obeying ghost towns. That is their own way, their own safest way to express their wish. And the international, it owes the people. They have to yield the desire of the people, not to the desire of some greedy individuals. As long as majority, the population says that this is what we want, United Nations will follow. They will respect it. So Amazonians, ghost towns, when we call for ghost towns, it is good for all of us to obey it because it has a very far-reaching effect to move our struggle forward. Thank you, Pastor Victor.
Thank you so much, Madoroti. Thank you so much. It's a way we communicate to the world, and especially, Dr. Elad, September is about to come, and we know how La Republic always go and lie at the United Nations that things are normal, things are like this and like that. What is the place for lockdowns and ghost towns in our quest when they do these lies? Dr. Elad, what can you tell Amazonians?
Again, thank you, fellow Amazonians. As you've rightly said, Pastor Victor, La Republique always goes there and tell nonsense, how normalcy has returned to the country, everything is fine. But as Madoroti purported there is something called international law and self-determination. And we have that right. We have our territory, we have our boundaries. and we are known. I had a discussion with one guy from Chad, and he was saying that you people are not recognized. I say we are recognized because everywhere you go, right to United Nations, even in France and the La République territory, they call us les Ambazonis, les Nozo. That is already recognition. Yeah, we just need that to be stamped. And I want to assure Ambazonians that Friends of Ambazonians are doing everything for that stamp to enter that paper. But let me go to the legal defense to justify this lockdown and our self-determination. And why we are doing that? Because it is there depicted in international law, whereby La République is an occupational force. It's an occupier. They are occupying our territory. They are illegally in our territory. So they have absolutely no right under international humanitarian law, particularly the Hague Regulation of 1907 and the Fourth Geneva Convention of 1949. I repeat, the Hague Regulation of 1907 and the Fourth Geneva Convention of 1949. That is very clearly said. An occupying power does not, that means that occupying power not get any, acquire any sovereignty over the territory where you occupy. So now, the La Republic being an occupying power, it don't come inside Ambazonia. The election there on the 25th of October. Enough it can conduct the election for a different territory, for different people, for a different boundary where they occupy, because we know they under them. So that one thing that way will not get for no. Yeah, because from there on, they invade us. They did until the time where the international community go realize, say, no, you guys are out, and they go. So when they can't make the election now, it's not just whatever they do there. So not be something where they impose this lockdown just because we want to be radical. No, it be that something where it be stated, stipulated inside international humanitarian law. And if we not do so, it means that we don't give up. It means that they don't assimilate us. Where it's when I say for France, Paul Biya, ABB for France, ISSF talk say they don't try for assimilate we, they not succeed. So now if we should down leave there, they can't conduct election, that means that we don't grieve for ourselves, say, that then get we. Which I hope say many of us not fit this because this law it prohibit the occupier for impose new political system or new government or government structure in our territory. So, fellow Ambazonians, this lockdown not be something where it come for say some people them just want create confusion. Some people want do this. I hear some sell out them like Bala and other people when they ask with people they will go register for election. So my greatest surprise is a colleague, although he's a junior person to me, but he's a colleague. And he knows the occupational forces. He understands the law. He knows very well the unmarried union that we are with La Republique. So for people them now for the instead push, then we go do election, then they can't do election for territory. It's very laughable. And when I hear the communique, would it call all our chief and fonds to go back to their very fondoms and chiefdoms? We tell the day inside with territory, as Pastor Victor Riley, we give people ample time. You know, they just wake up to Today talk down. No, give people ample time for prepare themselves so that when the La Republic don't finish with territory, they don't live with territory in peace, we continue back our life. So I know it'll take a long time for emphasize on that issue, but I want to make me know say this is within the international legal system. It's not something that we just thought about it and say, let us do it. Thank you, Pastor Victor.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Ellard. It's a form by which we are fighting the oppressor by not using a gunshot. And nobody has to come and put a gun on your head for you to stay home when they say lockdown. And that is the good thing that we want to appreciate you Ambazonians. You don't lock down because you are afraid that an Amazonian state army is going to come kill you or do something to you. Or you are down because you believe in our freedom and you are telling the world that this is what we the people of Southern Cameroon stands for. Paul, let me go with you before I finish on this topic with Warchai. I know your boys have been doing a good work. Our boys have been doing a good work all over the national territory, especially in Gokotunja. What can you say about the importance of lockdown?
Yeah, lockdown is. Thank you, Pastor Victor. Lockdown is the soul. It's like the soul of this struggle. We'll begin with our normal Contre Sunday, which is the trademark of our resistance. Remember when the Patasan gave a warning to Yaoundé, say, by this time on Monday, we will know who controls Southern Cameroon, who controls Ambazonia. And on that Monday, the whole of Ambazonia was completely locked down, was completely shut down. And the message went directly to Etudi that you no longer control Southern Cameroon. The people of Ambazonia, they have taken charge over their land. So it is a signature of our resistance. Ma put am for pidgin. Na the sign, na the mark for tell Yaoundé, say we dey in control of our territory. We don't cut that umbilical cord. Because when we give order, when we talk say lockdown, the town, Yaoundé say no, una open una store, una do una thing them. But the people, who the people they hear for? The people they hear now for the people the way they in direct control of their territory. Lockdown for the past 8 years, we don't use them for destroy. It's now a signature and now a tool, now a warfare method. It's just like they tell you say psychological warfare, armed warfare, cyber warfare. Lockdown na economic warfare against La Republique government. If you know the money where La Republique they lost them for 1 day for inside Ambazonia when we locked down with territory. So just imagine every Monday and the day they will give out, say, okay, for 2 weeks they will be completely shut down. Excuse me. So now a signature. Now, just to add for the other panelists, they don't talk. Now, a signature, now a sign, now a message we will give them for the international community. Say now we they control our territory, no be La Republic. So we go use this particular method for destroy their economic prowess over Ambazonia, their thievery over Ambazonia. We go use them for destroy their economy. We don't know what the Ambazonian GDP it give for La Republique. Ambazonia get almost 60%. for La Republic GDP. So for shut the country down, it depends them for their heart. Now why that they don't do all kind means? They don't employ, they don't go for the for neighboring town them to Ambazonia. They bring in Okada people, make they come. So when they even buy taxi there for Boya. So may they disturb lockdown. So now the first resistance tool that before one even use arm for defend with territory, we use a lockdown for send that message. So make that lockdown now the signature sign. Now the first sign of resistance. Now the first form of warfare that way we get up as a people. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel Paul. And well, lastly, watch out. That mommy them, they hear you fine. That by I'm still on them, they hear you correct. We wanted and say lockdown now that their own baby AK-47 where they get them. Because they don't need for fear Amba boy for not come out. They don't need for fear who state army for not come out. When we say lockdown, now the way they tell the world, say we want with freedom. How you feel explain for the middle year, I'm fine. Watch out. Thank you.
Now my best part is, it wasn't my best people they talk with them. Now my me papa and my junior brothers them, my uncle the way they did that side. Now yeah, they talk when they say lockdown or ghost town. This one is in our brother where they work at 1-1. You know, say ghost town, it then a corner lockdown. Ghost town at the same respect where they give them. Now one day only, Monday. But lockdown in a lengthy period. That's on period of time. Where this time would inform when I say, take in your chop, take in things the way you need them, take in your basic, put them for house. Because when I understand, say these days are not automatic for inside Ambazonia. It come, it work out with blood. Just like Sunday or Saturday be as on weekend days. We recognize also Monday na automatic. Now the day we don't keep them. Now the greatest weapon this world don't use them for all this time. Great weapon. He passed that one where they talk say nuclear bomb. He passed that one where they talk say na dynamite or tobacco. He pass them. Lock down. You know, civil disobedience. You don't shit down so he come. Therefore, you say, I know they go there. I know they go for that church. I know they go for that market. Today, we're not going to send La Republique Bafusam. Or you're not going to go for Douala. You're not go for Yaoundé. May they die hunger. Now that one will call and say lockdown. She don't you. Not go there. Any trouble they get a fry come for bed. When a fry and when a chop. That one will talk say, now the one will call and say lockdown. Because it there many days they won't they respect them. When I need to come out. When I disobedient. When I not there for any activity. That one, you know, they only for we. You know, they only for una as we hear one so. It also for the people who will respect us side. So we'll talk about say, you know, go pay water. That one it come under lockdown. When they talk lockdown, we don't come outside. We don't come outside for do anything. We not go pay electricity. No, that one not there. That some of us don't pay that electricity. We don't know that one. Now free for Ambazonia. Now only for Ambazonia where the function. Because now when I see how La Republic they go they fall aside. Because say all things will take place now we for the southern zone Ambazonia. Now will be the take place. We say with southern zone or for Norway where they call and say northwest and southwest. All decision now will be the fight for them. Now will be the stand up politically. We come out for road. We form political party. All thing now will decide new thing now will the think up. This time we not the think up. You don't see how their country there. Now Porto now water they go outside. Government or a governor, you don't get no money again where they come up for we. That one that they respect we should say, what man says for one man country talk say Tiwa we don't do them. It's fun. Tiwa we don't do them fun. But more add some more ingredient. Because on time they say they can't finish. Go enjoy. So for this lockdown again, so that end time lockdown they talk say end time lockdown because that goes down they can't pass. So for this moment, so all that bridges where they stand, you know, so the other bridges where they stand, they pass. Many bridges where they inside bush, they don't fall for inside that far countryside them. They don't fall. They don't have for a while. They don't have for outside. Na bayange or na outside. Then they don't fall outside them. So we still talk say other bridges where they not pass, they'll continue for remain. They not pass. We're not going to use them for this time again. We go there. Okay. We go talk say all that La Republique puppet the way they will land. We're not going to send chop for the big the France puppet when France when La Republique 237. We're not going to send chop for Then for that one, some plenty Maggi inside, you give them. That one, or you take banana, open side for the banana, put plenty Maggi, give them for that La Republic bodyguard when they inside we. Because once a minute and go back for their place this time. So that they feel quick go back. Now the only thing that way you sell for them. Me Maggi, big Maggi must be inside the chop we cook for them. That one will talk so you don't do fine lockdown. It is a lot neighbor, correct one. So now pattern that for lockdown. So because for the all time where una be don't stand for this one, if you don't waka, so we need to talk for that one. Say, una they correct for this side as we call them for una. Una don't stand fine for this side. They call and say for the defense forces where they Ambazonia for this time for lockdown. We not go fit go so una not make a may happen because our people don't sacrifice. But for this time for lockdown, where they go. The reason for the lockdown be say La Republic there when they don't start that nyama, they not go come out again, come back for we. Because that's the way they happened before, where they be fight for that, they fight for Makiza, UPC, and all the like that they come away before they don't come turn Mayaka. Can turn another level inside Ambazonia now, where you see other country people in the inside we plenty among we way. They don't want to go back, but they create trouble for among we. They key family them home. They don't point picking them. They work and kill them. Basa them, Douala them. Where the wrong kind for we, Bamido they don't kind for we. Unaya only where they be wrong kind for we. So this time we block that border, and would they will enforce the blocking of the border because when we do that lockdown, so we need reinforcement. But we still call all our fighters as be there for beginning. You find them for Red Dragon. You define that for Marine Forces from Bangbalang. You define that from Gokutunga. You define that for whose side, for all the borders town them. You define that for which faction. When I idea for the post kind faction where you there where you not be nowhere where you there, you be there for bad side and good side. But now I think sense don't come for your side. If you're there for fight under somebody, you can't discover say that person will be the right one. Still take your boot, go pick your sugarcane for place where you be better. If you be fighter, you be warrior. Come this moment because that lockdown we must enforce them, enforce all the borders them. Because mommy they don't get plenty sacrifice them. That time when we begin necessary will come out, say more come out back. They don't can't give we small and bonbon. Some will mob the sweet more not come out. But this time go for that place where we put there your sugarcane for ground. Dig them, move that cassava stick or that sugarcane come on down for road the whole them. Because that time need for reinforce that ghost town where mommy papa the one support them for this lockdown where the one support them so we'll get for come up for L time. So now the best weapon this will don't get them for Ambazonia. We not buy them. Now we own and the country will see them from every direction all day. Now we get them. So we go respect them as today. Now automatic we know the ask them. Already we're there inside, we're there for the end time. The end time means say we see that victory in front of we. So now our place for she don't quiet. So I will let them back for now before they crack on.
Thank you, Mr. Watchard. Our package today is very full. I will create the indulgence of everyone for how long you take to comment on an issue because we are about now to enter the real main topics of what we have for today. Fellow Ambazonians, we saw a communique. We saw a communique the other day, and I saw one this morning. But the communique we saw the other day was that France has recognized Palestine as a free state or as an independent state. This is something that really blows my mind. But let me say a little thing here before I go to say, before I go to give opportunity to my panelists to say something. One of the things that I want to bring out of this France's recognition of Palestine is that I am speaking as an American citizen and I have a voice and I have my due duty to say this. I want to plead with the Americans to be able to wake up to the manipulations of France. I remember that this public declaration or public recognition of Palestine by France is now coming clearly because France cannot more hide its hatred to Israel and to America. I want to say that making my own analysis, when Palestine had a problem with Israel, I think over a year ago, the first people to send their warship there to support Palestine was France. Yet They blow and bite and make as though they are friends of America. They blow and bite and make as though they are friends to Israel. Israel and America should wake up, because this is a public declaration that France has finally made it clear that I may pretend that I'm friends with you, forget about it. Next thing that I discovered, that France is a very, very deceptive nation, is when the war between Ukraine and Russia break out, when every European nation was trying to stand, or let me say when NATO was trying to stand with Ukraine and America to see that Russia does not hit Ukraine, it was this same France that was still double dealing America, double dealing NATO, and trading with Russia. And so this open declaration now, for me, is a wake-up call to America and to the members of know that France is a betrayer, or France will one day sell them out. But what my mind is the fact that France is the one perpetuating evil here in Amazonia, killing our people, many our people, refuse to have voted for our independence at the United Nations General Assembly in 1961 for our freedom, yet will be the one to go and endorse Palestine to be a free nation or a free state. Brethren, is something that we need to talk about. And if this is the only thing we're going to talk and close this program, let's dig deep into this. Ma Dorothy, let me start with you. Is this some form of hypocrisy? Is it a wake-up call to America and NATO? Or this recognition of Palestine by France? What can you say to this? Because I'm sick and tired of France hypocrisy. Ma Dorothy, please.
Well, it's no surprise to me. I don't even see why we should be so concerned about it. That is France. America knows them. America knows them. They got away with Biden because they had Biden in their pocket. France had Biden in his pocket, the Biden administration. Let us see if they will do the same with this administration. That is France. They double deal all the time. You cannot trust France. And then we are expecting that France can be reasonable, especially when it concerns Amazonia. It's a joke. It's a joke. That's who they are. I'm only waiting to see if they will have the Trump administration in their pocket as they had the Biden administration. Over to you. Over to you, Pastor Victor.
Yes, Komaela, let me come back to you. The recognition of France over Palestine is a little bit of a big deal, because we know there are many nations in Europe that have recognized Palestine, but it's not a big deal because we know that in the G7, which is made of Japan, Germany, Canada, Italy, France, United Kingdom, and the United States of America, if any one of these countries recognize any nation, that nation is bound to be recognized by the others. Now, what do you think this is doing to us? And what is your appeal to other nations that have been following on with the Amazonian quest for freedom, based on what France has done to Palestinians and what you may recommend them to do for Amazonia? Komayela, let me go with you before I come to the rest.
Thank you. Thank you, Pastor Victor. I won't repeat what you guys have said, and I will just say it's not a secret that Russia told France during the period of Sarkozy coming to write to Macron now that Without Africa, France will go to almost number 26 in ranking of poor countries in the world. So they are on the lifeline hanging. Coming to the recognition of Palestine, well, we Amazonians, we are fighting for years now, from our fathers to the forefathers, generation fighting, although this social media and everything, it has been blown all over the world. But this fight has started long ago. And why we are not fighting against La République, we are fighting against France. Because France is what is the country that is condemning Amazonia. France is what is killing the people in Amazonia. France is the one thing and ordering La République to do what they are doing. Now, the double standard of France is known everywhere because there are countries that have been in Amazonia in this new generation of fight for to restore our independence that we had before. Norway has been there, Germany has been there, UK has been there. So all of them know what is going down there. Today, I can see the United Kingdom, through the help of Jordan, going to uplift, drop food in Gaza. It's not bad. Everybody, they are fighting for their independence. They are fighting for they are doing their self-determination. It's their right to fight as they want to fight. But the reason that France is the broker of independence, when France is there in the Francophone Africa, particularly, although we in West Africa, we are not Francophone, but particularly in Ambazonia, burning houses, killing babies, the same thing that is happening, starving people, displacing our people. France cannot say, okay, also recognize the right of the people of Amazonia, pretentiously is going to say we are recognizing Gaza, Palestine. Any other country would have done that, but not France. Not France, because they are double head snake, as we can call them. This snake with two heads is France. Your own house, I will call it their house, which is La République, is burning. And you cannot quench the fire in your house. You're going to quench fire in another man's house, in your neighbor's house. Is that not hypocrisy? But I believe the other G7 nations know very well what France is doing. So I will hope, I don't want to just believe and sit down and don't say a word. And why we are talking today is because we want to make those people who think everybody knows. Because if you think I know, the other person know, and we just sit, that's how France will keep entering people's leg like Jiga, that thing that we used to have back home in Amazonia, Jiga. But today we have to expose France hypocrisy. And I believe it's good that you started this by saying you are a U.S. citizen. And I believe you people, the U.S. citizen of Amazonia, who are over there, should make sure your government, the government Trump, sees the hypocrisy of France and do something. And I want to say it, and I will say it again. They have started it by leaving an empty chair at the UN today for what they are discussing. I hope they will also recognize in September and go on that stage, as France is going to recognize Palestine. The same thing, USA is announcing the recognition of Amazonia. I rest my case for
Praying for that happens. Thank you, Comrade Elad, for that response. Comrade Paul, let me go with you. I saw this article with the author, Dr. Michel Rubin. He says, it is written here, Michel Rubin is a senior fellow at the American Enterprise Institute and director of policy analysis at the Middle East Forum. The opinion and views expressed are his own. A former Pentagon official, Dr. Rubin has lived in post-revolution eras, Yemen, Iran, both post-war Iraq. He has also spent time with Taliban before 9/11. For more than a decade, he taught classes at seas over the Horn of Africa and Middle East conflict, cultures, and terrorism to deploy U.S. Navy and Marine units. Let me see if I can get the other page. Now, why I'm reading this is because, Comrade Paul, you may have taken time to look at this article that Mr. Michel or Dr. Michel has written. In light with the recognition of Palestine by France, what can you tell us vis-a-vis the write-up here of Dr. Michel Rubin's article? Comrade Paul, please.
Yeah, thank you, Pastor Victor. I think in a synopsis, Dr. Michel is just telling France that you don't have the moral stand. You don't have the moral stand to talk about independence of Palestine. Why you are destroying the aspiration of another people. So he's just telling France, you sit quiet. You don't have the moral grounds. And now, but what really strikes me on his writing is when France made this recognition, nobody said anything in relation to Amazonia. Why did Dr. Michel? So you see that in America, the Amazonia case file is still on top of some people's decks as the first file. I really have to commend Dr. Michel for this challenge that he has given to the American government. It's a challenge to the American government. Why discrediting the moral standard of France? He is telling the American government, he's telling the Trump's government that Amazonia, the most forgotten crisis in the world, is still there. You people have abandoned it. Please wake up from sleep. He is reminding the Trump's government of the moral thing to do, which is to recognize, to formally make a statement on the Amazonia crisis. So what I am seeing is he is using one single stone to shoot two birds. Telling France, shut up. Telling America, please do something. Which is very, very commendable. Now, I come to the hypocrisy of the French government. We have been at war for 8 good years with French Cameroon, masterminded, sponsored by France. For 8 good years, people have been displaced. We have 60,000 dead, 500 villages burned. I don't even want to talk about the millions of refugees. Both in La République, we have not less than 1 million refugees in La République. We have more than 5,000 internally displaced in Amazonia. And then, I don't even want the amount that are in Nigeria, in Ghana, we have almost 1 million outside as refugees. This is the context of our fight. You abandon it You silent it because it is for your interest. And you are recognizing power. Do you know why? Because you have no interest. You have nothing to gain. You are just using it to the American government. That is the bottom line. Emmanuel Macron just want to challenge the American government. And so Dr. Michel has reasoned it out and has sent an information to the American government that this is a challenge from France. It's not because they see they see reason in recognizing Palestine. No, it's because they want to challenge you. So what I'm telling you to now is challenge them. Declare Ambazonia an independent country. Recognize the independence of Ambazonia. And then let roll in the field of play. So France has no moral value after what it is doing in Ambazonia. You people know the amount of ammo cars that has entered Amazonia and have never. You people know all the destruction. They have all these things been repaired? No, they are not. They came out with a sham reconstruction, and we ask, can you reconstruct when the war is still going on? Because they are doing anything to pipe things down. And at the level of international press, have done everything to silence the war. That is why the Norwegian Refugee Council 3 months ago classified Amazonian struggle the most forgotten. But I'm happy for Dr. Michel. I'm happy that there's somebody in America somewhere still thinking about Ambazonia, who is not an Ambazonian. So it's also a wake-up call for us to continuously challenge the Trump government. That is why the Friends of Ambazonia is not sleeping. That is why they still continue to penetrate they are trying to crack the inner carcass of the Trump's administration, which I commend that. We focus on the government at hand. So I want to thank the Friends of Ambazonia and to continuously push them that we need to go harder, we need to push harder. That when we hear voices like this, we add our own voice on top. We don't just silence the voice of Dr. Michel, but we add our own voice and tell Dr. Michel, we commend you, we thank you for making such a statement. So, France, please, when they're talking about recognizing people, you sit quiet, because the damage you are causing in Ambazonia is, for the moment, is unrepairable. In the future, it will be, but for the moment, it's unrepairable. So if you want to do the right thing, the war in Palestine has just been a year something. As in 15 months, I cannot even call it a year. 15, I will just call it 15 months. That in Ambazonia is not months, it's 8 years. 8 years. I'm counting. I posted a video yesterday. You look at the recent casualties of La République. It means the war is still active. So let France do the right thing. Let France go down on her knees and apologize to the Ambazonian people and recognize Ambazonia before they want to recognize any other country. Let them pay reparation for the damage they have done in Ambazonia. So that this hypocrisy should stop. Should stop. Thank you once more, Dr. Michel, for raising your voice and for making us Ambazonia understand that our case file is still on your table. Thank you very much, Pastor Victor.
Thank you, Comrade Paul. And to be candid, to follow up with that, you brought something up that just sparked something within me. Dr. Michel is writing here because I believe he has followed our history. He knows that Ambazonia independence was voted at the United Nations and 64 member countries voted. I don't know much about the history of Palestine, if the independence was ever voted here at the United Nations, or is this just some kind of an imposition by France? But we had an independence that was voted for by 64 member countries, including America, including Israel, and they voted for our freedom. Yet, because of the diabolic and hypocritical nature of France, and they sat on it, brought down the plane of the Hamajok on the eve of the announcement of our independence, so that it will not be announced till today. It has not been announced. Shamelessly, France will go to recognize a nation that has been a terror to Israel and America, and pretend to be a friend to America and Israel at the same time. I beg, let Israel sit up, let Americans sit up, and know that what France is doing is spitting on their face, to let them understand that I don't care. I pretend with you and make you think that you are my friend, but you are not my friend. It was clear during the Israel-Palestine conflict, Ukraine conflict, and it is clear now. France is saying to America, I don't care what you want to do in Amazonia or to the people of Southern Cameroon. I am recognizing Palestine. We want to plead with the Donald Trump's administration. We have written a couple of letters to the administration, some to the White House, some through the Congress. We want to use this media and to follow up with many other letters to plead with the Donald Trump administration that France was scamming America in the days of Joe Biden, in the Joe Biden administration. This is the time America needs to sit up under the leadership of Donald Trump and tell France that you cannot continue this game. We are ending it with you, and we are requesting the people of Southern Cameroons that you orchestrated the frustration that they are going through. You have been funding the war in La Republic. You have been funding in Southern Cameroon through their troops, through weapons to French Cameroon, and this has to end. An example to show that true, all 14 colonies of France in Africa have gone through wars, because that is the way France used to sustain the economy, by funding wars and selling weapons to African countries. Watch, I don't know. I know you should have a take on this in your own way, that you will break it down, that our mothers should hear. We may have been trying to speak to France and to the international community, but we want you to say it in a way that our mothers and our fathers and our Bayam can understand what we are talking here. Watch out, please. Thank you. Look like you are muted. I'm hearing your voice. I'm seeing your lips, but look like your voice is not coming through.
Thank you, Pastor. Thank you. I got it. So, mommy and papa, them. This is what we talk about now. So, because Palestine and Amazonia, Southern Cameroon, these people they be being at one. They get their seaport, they get their airport, they get a small industry. Then we Southern Cameroon get our own industry. All the people then are one where they be one state where they means say we get our own country, they get their own country, they function. So be the function the same, whatever people they recognize them. We all say be better say them, even if they vote it. Say we don't really stand, we be the people, we be our own, we get our own boundary. You go for Mungo, you get boundary. You go for Metazam for Bamenda, you get boundary. You want to cross outside from Fundong, for go outside for Bafsa, you get some other boundary there. So we be in our own people, our own time. We get our own language where they talk. We get pillar them where they stand for own place. On chop, we get everything, get industry where they were on. They recognize us, but they carry our own recognition, put that inside back. So France be one of that major people where they block us. But today you see that same France where to 65,000 people where they kill up inside Amazonia. Many villages, the more than 600 villages, when people they don't know who's where they don't go. In same France, the hypocrites where they will talk and to them and say, same France again. Then where it is time for recognize these people say Israel they can't kill them, or America they can't kill them, or Britain they can't kill them, or they work for their own. That very person therefore will backside. Now he kill we. Now he don't kill we begin the way they even stand up. So nobody talk say this kind thing, the two side collapse. This lazy man will work now for work a chop for African people their back. Now for work a chop for create confusion for kill people for the tap that oil for Indian for the car and go for France. We not recognize this a kind of action because we say self we therefore better position for recognize us. for other nations, for America for recognize us, or which nation, Italy, or which one way want to recognize us in Britain, they for better position, because after all, they be still vote our independence. They go put this moment we come for talk, so we not agree with that word where France come for can't do for that place. Yes, that people can get right for be free. Palestine get right for be free. But it is France they make mob say it is stand with America. Where you know they stand with America. It is mob say it is stand with these people in the storm. But back. It go do things them. You know, like it go do things with Russia, but it stand say it stand with America, it stand with European country. Then it go back, go do market, go do buy them, sell them, go do things and take them for they can chop. Because it's several days so for chop now only for Africa they chop. So they protect its interest. But they lie America say they do America. Behind it they do it. So now you want to talk say for this moment, say that action when you take them, you know fine because we will be beating people where they protect them. Where other nations for recognize us because we'll be there for under that list for territory B plus for United Nations list. But today we will disappear inside that list. Now who they inside that table on top that table for United Nations? Now France says now a country people they work on top that nation. They didn't move for name for anything what we do. Now they go back go move for name. So we talk for this one say the action if as France don't can recognize Palestine, we they say for this moment we transfer that for Mama say may America or all the people that support America may they stand for talk say we don't fight, we don't start fight now 8 years, 10 years ago. Remember, say since 1961, we don't start fight for this type. Papa, they don't fight. We be the most neglected war. Therefore, war where people don't forget them. They don't kill people. Nobody never want to talk about us. We independent. Nobody never talk. Anything we'll do, you know the worker. That's why when I talk, say, they don't put ballot. Some man there for some side, the throne gamble for head. So for this one, we talk, say, may America come up for any side for can recognize us for this one. Because we not get anything for do. Because we don't get pillar, we get language. We get people where they be learned, they around the world where they go on, they stay, they work for them for day. We get natural seaport, we don't get airport, we get radio house, we get electricity power, everything we get them. So now only for recognize all we need them. So now in that I talk now, man don't take some may long go. Now so I don't give them back for now.
Thank you, Watcher. And Dr. Tita, to have you in the studio. We might not have time for you to greet the people before talking on this point, but you have listening accounts, and we were talking about the recognition of France to Palestine, and we know that this is important because out of the 7 G and United States, if any of these nations recognizes you, the rest are bound to recognize you. What is your appeal to the American government, to the government of the President Donald Trump, and for the recognition of Amazonia and the people of Southern Cameroons? And if you want to throw anything in the other issue we've talked already before, then you can throw some light in them as we go ahead in the program. So once more, Dr. Tita, you're welcome to the program. You have the mic. Thank you. Yes, your picture is very stable and good, so you can go ahead. Are you frozen or is it me frozen on this? Okay, we can see you now, and I can see some motion. So, yeah, you have the mic, Dr. Tita. You look like you are muted. You are speaking, but we are not hearing you. Okay. Studio, maybe why Dr. Tita takes care of that. Let me. Are you on now? Go ahead. Go ahead. Let's talk. Let's see if we can. No, we can't still hear your volume. You want to log out and come back in? I don't know what's going on now. I thought maybe you muted yourself while you were not yet on. But we can't hear you. We see you talking, but we can't hear you. All right, studio, Dorothy, I want to log back and come back in. I think that would be the best, please. Fellow Congress, why Dr. Tita do that? Why it takes just 1 minute to log out and come back in, Dr. Tita? I think that would be the best for you to do because we can't hear you. Just log back in, use the very link to come back in. All right. While we do that, may I also again here call on fellow Ambazonians. May I also call on fellow Ambazonians. Wow, I'm confused now whether to know whether I'm the one muted or not.
No, you are okay. You are okay. We are getting you. I'm getting you particularly.
Good. At least I know now that I'm up and doing. Okay. Yeah. Studio led Dr. Tiajo log back out and come back in. You would have already done that. Stop. I don't think it's about you trying to fix the volume. Now maybe your link could be frozen. If you log out and log back in, it will be easier.
Maybe it's not even getting you.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
You now.
My apologies for that technical problems, technical challenges we were facing just recently. Sometimes, when we try as hard as we can to make it work, but technical issues can sometimes delay us. Greetings again,
Did you
Pastor
hear my
Victor.
question and what we were talking about?
No, I did not hear your question. I just wanted to come in real quick. What was your question about?
Okay. No. We were talking about the recognition that France has done to Palestine, and we were saying what a hypocrisy. As much as that doesn't really concern us, we were saying that France has played this hypocrisy to America and Israel for so long, and we were calling on the government of Donald Trump, the government of President Donald Trump, to look at the hypocrisy and address it. And why not recognize the people of Southern Cameroons, whose independence was voted for at the United Nations, yet France has stood on it. Talk less of that of Palestine that we don't even know if it was yet once voted at the United Nations, yet France is going ahead as member of the G7 to recognize Palestine. So we were calling on the administration of President Donald Trump to go ahead and recognize Southern Cameroon and Amazonia and stop the hypocrisy that France show that is with America, yet he burns and he bites and blow behind. So what is your take on that?
Thank you so much, Pastor Victor, for taking the question over again. Again, my apologies for joining and having that technical issues, for joining late, number one, and then having the technical issues when I joined. And I would like to greet fellow Ambazonians at home and in the diaspora. I would love to send revolutionary greetings to our brothers and sisters that are currently being illegally detained by French Cameroon colonial administrators in all of their prisons, all over the national territory and in neighboring La République du Cameroon. I would love to greet our refugees that are scattered all over Central Africa, and more focusing those in Nigeria that are dealing with very hardship during this time. Again, we are working extremely hard in making sure that the plight of the ambassador to the new President Trump administration. The administration that is currently in office is working hard to bring peace all across the world and to make sure that the immigration, the broken immigration system in America, it's regulated. And part of that is going to be very helpful to make sure that our people don't embark on these deadly journeys from Amazonia in an effort to get into